Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and the new expansion, Triumphant Light, is right around the corner. I believe it's dropping tomorrow slash tonight. So I'm really excited for that. Hopefully, one big thing that I think Pocket needs to address is the fact that whenever new sets are dropped, everyone logs in and then the game just like completely shuts down. I mean, not like shuts down, but you can't like, well, it kind of does. You can't really get in. So hopefully that's fixed. On a more positive note, though, you get you get 3 free packs guaranteed of like hits, I guess. Not from this set. I definitely wish it was newer stuff, but still, you get 3 free packs if you log in, I believe today. You might get them even if you don't log in. I don't remember exactly how it works, but definitely log in to get those. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, this new set is the mini set. It's set A2A, which I feel like the naming convention's a little weird, but it's not like that weird. So this is the set that it features Arceus EX. It's A2. It's supplemental to A2, which was Space Time SmackDown. The Dialga and Palkia pack or packs. The set focused on those Pokemon. The Gen 4 set. So this is also, supplementing that idea. I don't think the cards are necessarily just meant to help with that. But anyways, yeah, these are cards that are pretty interesting to me. I haven't really looked at them too much, though. I just glanced at them. There's the Arceus stuff, but we'll start with not the Arceus stuff here. We'll start with the Evolution EXs, which is really cool. I mean, evolutions are cool. I think some people think I think most people think they're cool. I think they might have almost reached the point where some people think they're overrated, but I still think they're really cool. But we have Leafeon EX here. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked on that. So it says once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may take a grass energy from the energy zone and attach it to one of your grass Pokemon. This is energy acceleration to grass Pokemon. This is good. This is actually really good. Solar Beam 70 for 3 is pretty mediocre. It's not that bad though. With the energy acceleration, you could power up another Leafeon EX. It does not accelerate to Eevee, of course, which is colorless. So that is a bit of a downside, but still, it seems good. Um, Mostly for Celebi EX is what I'm thinking. You could even play Superior and just get like an insane Celebi EX powered up with just a ton of energy. Celebi EX is obviously a weird Pokemon in the fact that it is coin flip based. There are a few, but it's one that you don't know exactly how many energies you need. You'll get more value from more energies, and there's a point at which adding more energies is kind of pointless, but this is cool. I do like this card. Grass is solid. You have what do you have that's good in grass? You have Executor EX. You have Yon Mega EX, which is pretty solid. Yon Mega EX is not really like it has a few upsides. One is that it does hit Darkrai extra weakness, which, by the way, the new cards from Space Time SmackDown, or the cards that were new, will not see that much play immediately because the new set always gets hype. So people will switch to playing the new mini set, and this set will, people who are playing it due to hype will stop because it doesn't have the hype anymore. So do keep that in mind. But anyways, Omega EX is a card that does hit Darkrai extra weakness, which is really good. It also is colorless, but you're not really playing into the benefits with Leafeon EX here. Again, Celebi EX, you could play Superior. I guess it's good with Venusaur EX as well. The Venusaur EX isn't amazing. It's a little clunky, but I think this is a solid way to power it up. This is actually pretty good. And then yeah, that's about it. So this is cool. It's kind of like actually it's pretty similar to Lillian. Lillian attacks, so you do need 2 grass. So I think Leafeon EX is really good. Or it's good. It's quite good. Then we have Glaciate EX. Okay, I can't read this one. So it does 90 for 3 water, and then the ability Snowy Terrain says during Pokemon Checkup, if this Pokemon is in the active, do 10 to your opponent's active. Okay, this is interesting, I guess. I feel like this is a little too similar to like Weezing to be super good. Weezing is a fine card. Weezing is good. It's not super great right now, but it's certainly it's all right. And this is similar. You do tendering Pokemon Checkup to your opponent's active, which is just like poison. You could also poison them and then Glaceon them and be doing a bunch of Pokemon Checkup damage, but this seems pretty mediocre to me. Not like super bad or anything. It's okay, but nothing amazing. Then we have Garchomp EX. Garchomp EX is not Garchomp, everyone. So this will not work with Cynthia. Cynthia says during this turn, attacks used by your Garchomp or Togekiss do 50 more to your opponent's active. However, Garchomp EX does 50 for 1 to anywhere. This is pretty solid hitting the bench, and then 100 for 3 seems kind of weak. especially without being able to use Cynthia, which, as I said, I'm pretty sure this is like the case. I feel like Cynthia should power up Garchomp EX, but it almost definitely doesn't. You can play this with a regular Garchomp. The regular Garchomp's interesting. Um, it's got a really good, it's a really solid ability, but it's also in stage two, and it's like a more sort of setup style ability. And then, oh, someone pointed out in like the reveal for this, someone said there might have been more than like there was like yeah this Gabite, this Gibble, and I think Garchomp EX on the board at the same time. I wasn't sure. Like it looked a little weird to me. The image. I mean, you can see bits of the image here. Like how much can you pick out from this? But someone mentioned that. So obviously, normally you wouldn't be able to get more than you wouldn't be able to get multiple Garchomps and Garchomp EX in play. So if you play a regular Garchomp, then you'll only be able to get one Garchomp EX in play all game, which is a bit of a downside. And also the Garchomp is a card that it has its attack cost is water fighting, which is quite bad. This is probably one of the most awkward attack costs in the game because like unlike Dragonite where you have a bunch of colorless energies to kind of round things out. I mean, this is obviously a better attack cost than Dragonite, but it's I'd say a bit more awkward in some ways because you could get unlucky with the energies. Like you have a 50% chance if you have two energies to not get the energies you need for this attack cost. Versus Dragonite, think out of I think you have like a 7 and 8 chance of getting the energies you want. I don't know if it did the math right in my head, but I think that's right. So yeah, Garchomp has some issues, and then you need to throw water energies into your Garchomp EX deck, which seems bad. But anyways, Garchomp EX seems mediocre, not super strong. If you know my channel, I've not been super positive about the power level of the stage two or really evolution Pokemon in general, and that's true here as well. Probopass EX is the next Pokemon. It can do for 3 energy, 2 which are metal, does 90, and then during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 20 less from attacks. This is 160 HP. This is like decently tanky. It's not absolutely insane. It's kind of like Melmetal. Has less HP, but it's also a single point Pokemon. The Probopass EX, it just doesn't do that much either. I feel like this card's not very strong. Um, it's not terrible though. I think this card's like mediocre. You can power it up with Delegate EX. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have Shaman. This card looks. This is a different Shaman, by the way, than the other one. I mean, they're all different. None of these Pokemon have had Pokemon EX before these four EXs, but yeah, all the Pokemon I believe are new. But we have a Shaman here, which says as long as this Pokemon is on your bench and your active Pokemon's retreat cost is one less. This is interesting. I'm not a massive fan of cards like this exactly where they help your active, but they don't work if they're in the active. But anyways, yeah, the attack's not super good, but the ability is really good, giving you one less retreat like all the time seems actually really good. This card I think is one that will end up being played a lot. Like this card's really good. It's like an X speed all the time. X speed's really good. It's not absolutely broken. I don't know. I mean, SP is really good though. It's kind of unique. Obviously, so this would stack as well. I don't think you really need it to stack though. And then you're taking up a bunch of bench space. You only have 4 total Pokemon in play, so I think you'd play one Shaman in decks, but I think you would be playing one Shaman in a lot of decks. Then we have Giratina for Grass. Psychic Colorless. It's 120. Discard 2 random energy from this Pokemon, where the random energy does matter some. This seems pretty mediocre. We talked about Pokemon like Leafeon EX and Lilligant and Superior and stuff, and then those aren't helping Giratina. Same thing with Gardevoir. They only accelerate to, well, Superior is like double energy, but they only do that for the Pokemon of that type. So, Giratina I feel like isn't very good. Maybe we'll see some Dragon support. This is the second Giratina. Neither of them have been super strong. It's not like a terrible card, but it's not that good. You got Nosepass and Burmy and Magnemite. Not really going to talk about those. This Magnemite's metal, actually, but there's a Magnezone, which we'll talk about. Then we have supporters, Irida, and there's like alternate arts. Also, there's Barry. What's going on here? But I haven't like really looked through these. I'm not going to talk about the Gibble or the Gabite. Nothing crazy here. Oh, this is Darkrai EX. So this is a reprint as well. So that's interesting. That's going to be a promo. And then we see Nose Pass, which is like fine. I think that's a better Nose Pass. Then we have Staraptor. This is kind of interesting here. This one says its ability takes 30 less damage from. Oh yeah, this is blurry. I think this is I think that's fighting Pokemon. If I had to guess, that would make sense because it's like flying type from the video game, and those are resistant to fighting. So I think that's the idea. Third lesson fighting. So that's like kind of cool. Nothing amazing. Then we have unknown, which with the ability to check. Once during your turn, you may choose either player. Look at the top card of that player's deck. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I was not a fan of the Porygon that is out. Which you look at the top card of your deck. I feel like it's super meaning, like almost super meaningless. This is a little more interesting, giving you knowledge, I think, of your opponent. I think that's what you want to be doing. This unknown's pretty interesting. Will it see play? I don't really know. 20 for one colorless on psychic, like doing psychic, hitting psychic weakness is okay. Not amazing, but it's all right. Um, then we have Irida, which is heal 40 from each of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached. Okay, that's actually really good. Um, I think, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's less healing than Erica to one Pokemon, but this is still really good. Allowing you to heal a bunch. You could play this with colorless Pokemon. I think it's, I don't know, it seems good. Not exactly sure of its use case immediately, but like in Gyarados DX, this is probably good. Yeah, this Gyarados seems really strong because water is so good. I think that's why. Oh, I'll talk about Cherim, I guess. This is 60 for 2. Nothing really crazy there. But then we have Adamant, which says during your opponent's next turn, all of your metal Pokemon take 20 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. I don't think this is that good. It's like twice as good as blue. I mean, it's okay. Taking 20 less is nice. Leaning into the tanky nature of metal Pokemon, it's okay, but I think it's just okay. Then we have Manaphy reprint and Snorlax, which is not a reprint, 100 for 4 colorless and puts itself to sleep. Seems kind of bad. Not the worst. Does have 4 retreat. It doesn't seem very good. Then we have the Pokemon, the really cool ones, which are the Arceus Pokemon or whatever. Arceus EX here has its attack. Also, they have this like cool pattern. Actually, no, this is like scary. It looks like fairy. I don't like that. But you have the attack Fable Luster, or no, the ability which says this Pokemon can't be affected by any special conditions. This is very mediocre. It has a use case, but it's nothing crazy. It just protects you from a few things. Special conditions are, I think, like the main effective attacks right now. Not 100% sure on that one, but I think so. So that's nice to be stopping that. Then you have the attack here, though, which is I was going to say it's the main reason. It's like important. Ultimate Force for 3 colorless to 70, 20 more for each of your benched Pokemon. Obviously, this is kind of like Pikachu EX. It's a little stronger, but obviously 3 energies. So if you have a full bench, which is pretty easy to do, then you're hitting a really, really solid 130. 130 is not absolutely insane, but it is good. And yeah, this is a really solid attack, not absolutely as insane again, but it's pretty good. Then we have the other cards, these cards. I don't know the term, the link cards, the Arceus cards, whatever. And so they all interact with Arceus and EX in some way, which is or Arceus EX. I don't think we have a regular Arceus. Um, no, we do not. So we have Carnivine here, the first one, which says if you have Arceus or Arceus EX in play, attacks used by this Pokemon do 30 more to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is okay. I mean, 50 for 1 is good. Um, this seems solid. Not exactly sure you'd be using this because you need the Arceus EX and the Carnivine in play, which is not super awkward, but not always super doable, especially like turn 1 or whatever when you're trying to do this. It's okay. Then we have Tyranitar, which says if you have, if you I'm going to stop saying if you have Arceus or Arceus EX in play. That's how they all work. But then attacks used by this Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, that's the same thing. Same ability, exactly. This is 130 for 4. That seems kind of bad. That's like really expensive. So if there's not energy acceleration for this, I feel like you can't really use this. It doesn't really need the extra damage. I mean, extra damage is nice, but I feel like what it needs is some way to attack cheaper. Then we have 2 Pokemon with Speed Link. This says, also sorry if there's any background noise or some like stuff going on outside. But anyways, we have the ability Speed Link, which says this Pokemon has no retreat cost. So assume you're able to get that Pokemon to play the Arceus, then you have a Pivot, a free retreater. Otherwise, it's 3 retreat, which is very different. Raging Mad strikes the attack. It does 40, and then 40 more if it has any damage counters on it, which I believe is the same. Well, it's not the same, but it's similar to the Primeape. I think it's the same. Oh no, it's not. There's a Primeape, I think, with that attack name. The regular TCG, I want to say, yeah, this is like a different. Oh no, it's Steaming Mad Strike. Okay. Anyways, so, yeah, this is okay. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's fine. Attacks like this, like the Primeape. This Primeape isn't super good. I think it's better than like it's not really getting played, but it's Heatran's okay. Nothing amazing. The ability isn't super amazing. We got the same ability in Rotom. This does 20 to 1 of your points benched for one colorless. This is like, eh, it's fine. I mean, you could toss this into the Arceus stacks as a pivot option and also as a pivot's a free retreater, and well, it's generally a free retreater. There are other Pokemon that could be pivots, but I don't think in Pocket there are. And then like a techie snipe option, it's okay. It's not super good, but it's fine. Can't hit weakness, but it's all right. Then we have Magnezone and a Raichu with Resilient Link, which says this Pokemon takes 30 less from attacks. Okay, so a tanking metal Pokemon, 80 for 3 on a stage 1 or a stage 2. You could use the Magneton, which accelerates lightning, which I guess you would use. It gets you an energy, like 1 energy cheaper, which is good. Um, this ability is okay, or like the ability and attack the Pokemon as a whole is okay. I don't think this one seems super amazing, but it seems okay. Um, One of the better ones we've seen so far, in my opinion. And then we have Raichu, again, takes 30 less. And then Spark says for 2 lightning, 40, 20, 20 air points benched Pokemon. This is okay. Taking 30 less really just does not seem super inspiring on Raichu with low HP here. You have Magnezone, which has Adamant, and it seems really solid, like quite tanky. Raichu doesn't. Yeah, this card seems whatever, pretty mediocre to be honest. Not like terrible though. Then we have Abomasnow, which says uh, Vigor Link, and it has attacks used by this Pokemon cost 1 colorless less. This is not like stacking anyway if you have multiple Arceus, but oh, and then it's 2 water. This is okay again. Seems like fine. 80 for 2 in a state. Like this is a solid attack. A solid efficiency. Again, not like absolutely insane or anything though. So far, I think Arceus EX itself is the best Pokemon. Then we have Crobat. This one says once during your turn, if you have Arceus or Arceus EX in play, you may do 30 damage to your points active. This card seems really cool. It's kind of like Greninja. It's kind of not. It's kind of like Darkrai. Obviously, it can't hit the bench, but this is extra damage from the bench. I love this Crobat. Are there Golbats and Zubat in the game? Yeah, there is. That's not going to show it, is it? There's Zubat and there's Golbat. Oh, and so you can attack with these. They're colorless attackers. They're not amazing, but that's fine. And yeah, I love this card. It does not do 150. This is wrong. There might have been some other wrong info here as well. And so Darkness Fang does 50 for 1 darkness, which is solid. It actually is not very good to be honest. It's you're probably not going to use Darkness Energy in the deck. However, this is really cool. I like this card a lot. This is my favorite of them. I do like Greninja a lot. If you don't know, in Pocket. So this is definitely a card more up my alley. I think Crobat is my favorite. Arceus EX I think is quite good. I think Rotom's attack option. Magnezone's okay. Abomasnow is okay. They're not like super amazing. Carnivine's like kind of okay, but I just don't really see it being quite the right fit. And I think Tyranitar, Heatran, and Raichu aren't super strong. Personally, though I don't think any of them are like, I wouldn't be shocked if any of them end up being quite strong. Though I'd expect, I think Arceus EX Crobat is what I'm looking at is the coolest one so far. And Rotom also does do Snipe, which will end up triggering Cyrus as well, which is pretty good. Overall, these cards look really solid. So far, Pocket's done a really solid job of adding new cards. Again, there are some issues the Pocket does need to fix. Notably, if the game just crashes, I will be annoyed. But regardless, yeah, these cards are really cool. But I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, all the good stuff. I'll be covering the entire set tomorrow, I think, presumably. But I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.